Today is May 13th, and the Yankees have finally won a series in the Trop. It's been 2 years. They lose Game 3, but who cares? And some COVID happened, and that's more upsetting. Let's talk Yanks. How about it? Let's do it.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, JOMBOY Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, JOMBOY Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, JOMBOY Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by DraftKings. Thank you very much for hanging out with us for a little bit as we recap this series against the Rays. My name's Jimmy. His name's Jake. BBD producing in the corner. Jake is dressed in a suit. Tell him why you're dressed in a suit, Jake.
About an hour to go. The second annual Memorial Jeff Passan Day. What a day it was. So thank you all. A lot of you participated. We're excited for next year. We're moving on. Unless something happens in the next hour that's significant. But, yeah, man, a long, exciting day. We haven't had a late night record in a minute, so we're going to try to turn the energy up to where we need to be.
We're usually best come 11 p.m., so the next 10 minutes might stink.
The next 10 minutes might stink. But
See what I'm saying?
the Yankees, another recording day loss.
9 out of 12 now.
Maybe.
It's 8 for 10, and then they won, making it 9 for
Won.
11, and then now 9 for 12. So
Might have been another win because they swept and then they beat
Oh,
the
I
Nats on
found it. It was
recording
9
day.
for 12.
Okay. But the Yankees won a series against the Rays, which they haven't done in Tampa. Jim, you wanted to say the dates on it.
For 2 years.
Yeah, but didn't you have the series brought up?
Mm-hmm.
You said you researched it.
Yeah, I did.
So it was
Trying to build up a moment here, because I clearly remember the exact date.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. May 17th, 2019.
I think it was August.
Thinking's the first mistake you made.
Yeah.
All right, anyway. Welcome to the show. BBD, how are you doing?
I am well. Long day. But it's Jeff Passan Day, so
Yeah.
to all who observe, happy holidays.
Yankees are one of the hottest teams in baseball. They had won 9 of 10 before tonight. Right? Isn't that what they had won? Didn't Kyle say that?
I know 11 of 14.
11 of 14, something like that.
One
That was like the most powerful number.
11 out of 14?
They were like 11 and 3 in their last 14.
Okay.
That was the most powerful number.
The pitching has looked great.
Yeah.
Voit made his return. The offense still hasn't clicked. And it's actually good that they're winning without the offense clicking, because this is a team that was supposed to rely on offense and have bad pitching. And at this point, I do think the offense is going to come around, because we've seen individual performances come around.
Sure.
We just haven't seen 6 games in a row. Man, they really mashed.
Do you mind if I say something?
You can talk. It's a little bit I talk, you talk, I talk, you talk. BBD chimes in every now and then. I talk, you talk.
Today's game,
Mm-hmm.
no Voit,
Mm-mm.
no Gleyber,
Mm-hmm.
goes to the COVID IL. No Hicks.
Yeah.
Hicks, Gleyber, and Voit were the 3 guys we were excited about coming into the series.
Because they were back.
Voit came back. Hicks and Gleyber had been hot. And you take them out of the lineup, and it's, you're just fingers crossed for DJ, Stanton, Judge, and Urshela.
Yeah, but that was just game 3. We also, the COVID stuff is crazy. I guess we can talk
Yeah.
about that before we get into the burns and stuff. So a bunch of coaches got COVID. They had a quarantine in Tampa, which sucks, 'cause I think they found out 20 minutes after they left for Tampa, so they could have just quarantined at their house. But they found out when they got to Tampa, so now they're just stuck in these. I apologize for laughing. They're stuck in shitty hotel rooms in Tampa for 10 days without symptoms, but a positive test. I mean, that's how you drive someone insane.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how you make someone sick in the head. You can't leave this. Like, I don't know if you guys are picturing this in your head. They're in like those hotel rooms that are just, you walk in, there's a bathroom on the right, and then there's just a bed in a room.
yeah,
Like not even a couch. These guys are couchless for 10 days.
no couch.
I don't think they got couches,
There's a
man.
chance
There's
a
maybe
couch,
maybe one of
probably.
those recliners, the chair.
Oh
with the
yeah,
ottoman.
one of the chairs with the ottomans
The
that you're
desk.
like, I don't really want to sit there.
They'd be lucky if they have that.
I mean, it's the New York Yankees. Yeah, no, if I was Nevin or Matt Black or one of the other guys, like I would leave and go to an Airbnb I rented, and then if they catch you, it's like, oh.
Yeah, that's the risk, man. That sucks.
Then what?
Remember when we did spring training in Tampa
What's the risk?
and we lived in the hotel room?
Yeah,
We left it for a lot of the day,
yeah.
and by day 10, I wanted to like beat myself up in that hotel room.
Were we also 3 guys in a hotel room?
Yeah, but by the end, it was
You,
just
me, and your
me.
brother?
Because my brother left because Courtney had a baby,
We
and you
fucking
left because
silly.
you had like a job.
So dumb.
Yeah. Anyway, Glaber tested positive. He doesn't have results. So Glaber is out for the next 10 days. That's like big news because
Yeah.
Glaber was
Starting shortstop.
becoming a very good and positive player on both sides of the ball for the Yankees. So that's a bummer. It also means that like Andujar got called back up, and then the defense is going to be wild. Voigt's going to be at first. DJ is going to be at second. They can rotate Gio and Wader at short,
Kinda.
and then Rugi's going to come back. But that doesn't really help because that's out of Odor, LeMahieu, Voigt, and Gio. None of them can play short.
Well, and that's the did they already say after today's game that Gio's gonna sit tomorrow? Did I dream that?
BBD Town criered that they said he might, or Kyle did it.
I think that one was Kyle. Usually I do town crier it. I mean, allegedly, since Glaber's vaccinated and stuff, Boone had a quote saying he thinks he can come back if he tests negative enough times. But and I'm sure the plan coming in before the Glaber stuff happened wasn't to have Gio play every game, which I think he did this series.
Right, but like I was saying,
so you're probably right.
whatever town crier message I heard was that Gio was gonna sit tomorrow, but that could have been a real source or not a real source, which means Tyler Wade would be the only shortstop on the team. And even if Gio is healthy, I mean, in theory, Tyler Wade's the only, like, doesn't need an off day after playing shortstop on the team.
Gio Urshela is still dealing with a knee issue. He was running funky on that hit.
Funky.
Urshela could get a day off tomorrow at Baltimore, so he could.
Which, in Yankee terms, means yes.
Yeah, Boone's not going to say he may get a day off and then play him.
So tomorrow's infield is Voigt, DJ, Wade, Andujar,
Yeah.
which Brian Cashman had up on the chart in 2016.
Yeah.
We got it. B-say, bzz.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I hope that both multiple no tests on Glaber does allow him to get back
That'd
earlier.
be cool. That'd be sweet.
That'd be nice, man.
It's vaxxed.
I think the tweets I saw saying that also said that like Boone didn't say that with confidence. Like he wasn't completely sure what the
I
rules
like
are
it.
with the vaccination.
I like him
stuff.
going with it. I like him pushing. Hey, well, if Glaber tests negative, we'll play him.
It's got to be the case, right?
Because he's vaccinated and had it already. So
Yeah. So yeah, that was a weird wrinkle. And Odor's coming back. What was his injury again? I honestly, I thought we'd never see him again.
He
It
looked
was
like
knee.
he had the shattered leg at home plate, but it was
He twisted his knee.
the knee twist.
Okay. So that's like your lineup update, I guess.
Yeah.
In the bullpen and the starters, nothing changed at all? O'Day, is he close to coming back?
No, he's I think they delayed him throwing. I think he's in a bad spot right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sevy's been doing stuff.
Sevy,
Hey!
Sevy threw 96 miles per hour.
Hello.
Jelly beans. He threw a baseball, 76. They're quite concerned.
Jimmy. That's a joke. The first one of the show.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be funny.
Write it down.
I thought it was a lie.
Tell your friends.
No, Sevy saw live pitching. He threw 96 miles per hour, and everyone was pretty happy about it.
Which is cool. Yeah, I mean, it became a little bit of an office debate. We'll see. I mean, when Sevy actually sees a field or hell, a minor league field, I mean, they're going to be as cautious can be with one. So,
Which is pretty damn cautious.
So we'll see. There's so much Jason Dominguez stuff, and we could see him in 2024. So a lot of good news.
Well, Jason Dominguez faced Severino, and that is actually pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I didn't watch it because it was a spring training cell phone video, and I wasn't that interested in it.
Right.
I clicked it, and it wasn't immediately the pitch.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm not actually that interested in this because Jason Dominguez is 18, and Sevy's
It's kind of a lose-lose.
And Sevy's pitching for the first time ever. So
It's lose-lose.
it's like I don't want to watch.
If Sevy gets hit, it's almost like,
I didn't want to watch it and face a single opinion.
If Sevy
so that's why I just didn't watch
if
it.
Sevy punches Dominguez, it's kind of like, oh, so it's all been smoke.
No, see,
You can't watch it.
if Dominguez hits Sevy, you're like, well, Sevy's done. 18-year-old kid. So yeah, I didn't watch it. I clicked the video, and I honestly was like, I don't care about this. I clicked out.
Smart.
But it's cool that it happened.
Yeah.
You want to burn game one?
I think so. Any other housekeeping? Beep?
No, but I didn't tell you before. There's 3 ads today, by the way.
Holy smokes.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Speaking of smokes.
The first one's going to be dugout mugs because the one that was top, I just dropped on the floor.
And it was a whole smokes joke I had lined
You had a joke lined up for that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, man. Because we're doing dugout mugs. I dropped that one. Dugout mugs. Hey, my brother's graduating college soon, like a dummy, and I might get him a dugout mug that says, "Congrats, you dummy. Welcome to the real world."
Or they have other options.
Because you can get them
within
custom.
MLB.
You can get them custom engraved. So you can get the college they graduated from, high school they graduated from. Get yourself a graduation present or early bird Father's Day. Dugout mugs, baseball bats turned into mugs. They got wine glasses and shot glass knob shots. They're giving you the next 500 orders.
You kidding me?
Will get 30% off.
Stop it.
Then the next 500 will get 25% off.
You kidding?
And so on. Let's do the math for the people. I'm not just going to say, and so on. I'm guessing, I'm not positive.
Yeah.
So don't wait to get your dad the Father's Day gift he really wants or your sibling the graduation present they really want. You'll end up losing money if you wait. Dugout mugs, early bird Father's Day sale is happening now. First 500. You got to use code Yanks. I almost forgot. It's the most important part. Use code Yanks. All right, Jake, let's burn game one because quite honestly, I know it was a good time, but I forget what happened.
Good time for a long time.
Burn!
Coolio. As the Yankees have spent all their lives losing in this garbage paradise. 3 in the Trop as Gumby toes the rubber versus Rays prospect Luis Rick Patino. But top 1, Aaron Judge says, I own a big stick. 4-19 to deep center, 1-0 Stripes. In the third, Mike Zunino. Oh no. How about a couple pass balls, gets a run across the dish to make it 2-0. Bottom 3, Zanini. Yes, he homers, so like whatever, man. Boring. That would be the only pokey that the Rays had versus Gumby. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 9 punchies for the Southern Southpaw. Pass balls and homers. By God, that's 2017 Gary Sanchez's music. Deep fly Oppo Taco for the insurance run. Yanks go Monty to Laza to Chappie. Yanks win 3-1.
Rick Pitino, head coach of the Iona Gales.
Yep.
I caught that one.
Yep.
And then I wanted to say that I caught it, and so bad that I kind of didn't. I missed everything after it because I was just focused on letting you know I caught the Iona
This
one.
top one was kind of tits.
Yeah?
I kind of called it on the next couple. I'll be honest with the audience.
Yeah, you went into this series all scared.
I opened with, I didn't come in scared.
The pregame show before game one, you were rattled.
Not rattled.
I think you say it. I think you say everyone's got COVID. We're at the Trop.
I'm saying I hope we don't get rattled.
You were rattled,
Like the Trop can make you rattled instantly.
which you were.
I was not. I was waiting for the Trop to rattle us. It didn't.
Okay, keep going.
Because the Yankees hadn't won a series in 2 years. We're still waiting on the date of that series from you.
Yeah.
You said you had that lined up. I said, Coolio, as the Yankees have spent all their lives losing in this garbage
I like that one.
paradise. That was good. That was some Weird Al shit. Gumby toes the rubber. I went rubber because Gumby was like kind of made out of rubber. Luis Rick Pitino, Iona. Mike Zunino, no. Boring. Pokey was also another Gumby reference. Southern Southpaw. By God, Gary Sanchez.
May 10th, 2019. So
May
I was
the
pretty
10th
damn close.
May the 10th be with you.
No.
So yeah, man, this was fun. I mean, Gumby was nasty. Laza to Chapman. And kind of what we were saying before, DJ with a hit, Stanton with a hit and a walk, Judge 2 hits, Gio with a hit, and then you're going 0 for 3, 0 for 4. Gary and Clint half contributed, but Monty looked gross. I think it was also a little bit of the Rays being bad, but that's good.
Loiza goes 2 innings, as they don't use Chad. They use Johnny Els for 2. And then Chapman was throwing slow. And I think it might be a fingernail thing, but I don't even think it was. And there was that cool play where threw a wild pitch. Gary caught it and then threw the guy out, Wade, with a nice tag.
That was badass.
Cool play.
Yeah, I'd normally be with you on the Chapman thing with the fingernails, but when because Gary called for the trainers to come out, he did like a fingernail thing. He
was saying, let's all
pointed to
walk.
them.
Like, let's all walk to the mound. I think that's what you're saying.
You think he was giving the international puppet show hand sign for walking?
Yeah.
I won't rule it out,
Okay.
but
Um,
Dono and Chappie having a conversation also hilarious.
G.
Similarly built guys.
Those conversations gotta be so funny. When we have Dono on the show, we'll be like,
Yeah.
tell us about it. That'd be a great
question.
lead-in question.
question.
You and Chapman have talked. Can you tell us about that?
Tell us about it.
Dude, that is kind of how they do post-game questions sometimes. It's so lazy. Jake, I think so. What happened was,
Yeah.
I'll lay it out for you guys.
Here.
It's the year of the changeup
True.
for the Yankees. Everyone's got a changeup. They all love their changeup now. I've been saying that on the show. We did a segment where we talked about how Chapman could probably throw any pitch he wants with any grip, and it'd probably be the best pitch ever. And Joe's McFly,
Yeah.
Pinstripe Strong podcast,
Yes.
he was in the office the other day. He told us that he talked with Chapman and asked Chapman that question. Like, do you think you can just throw any pitch? So I think Chapman was throwing changeups during game one. That's why he was only hitting 96 on the gun.
Okay.
And they came out and they're like, are you hurt? And he said, no, I'm just trying out a changeup. And they were like, no need. And that's why Gio Urshela was laughing
Okay.
during the mound visit. Gio Urshela laughed during the mound visit, so I knew that Chapman wasn't hurt.
Okay. Some deep dive stuff there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe.
That was my thought process when I saw Gio laugh, being very honest. It's like maybe he's messing around with the changeup. That's why I was 96.
Gary's homer was to the opposite field. That's important in some
Gary was the star of this game.
cultures. Mike Harkey's was technically the pitching coach after Garrett Cole. Like for mound visits, Harkey's had to do it. And when
Yes.
he went out, he grabbed Gary Sanchez by the side. And that was like, ooh. Yeah.
Stay close.
That felt impactful.
No, this is a nice, clean, nice win. Let's do game 2.
Is this the game the Rays hit us twice?
Maybe.
Let me get back into the box score.
Yeah, Luke Voigt got hit by a pitch, kind of like up here, and then Gardy got hit by a pitch as well.
No, Luke's got him in the hand.
Yeah, but it was like up here.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
That part of his swing.
We do the second game.
All right, let's do the second game.
Rays only had 3 hits.
Yeah, no, pitching was good, and the Rays stink right now.
Stink.
On your mark, get set, burn.
Game 2 with Colin Micro McHugh is the opener for the old pirate sailor Ryan Yarborough. And oh boy, were they nasty. 5.1 shutty. They were tough. But they paled in comparison to the ace numero uno, Garrett Cole. Get off the tracks when the Cole train's coming through. A ball that hit the catwalk, a ball that fell right in front of nervous Aaron Judge, a bunt given up by the shift willingly, and a scary fly ball from Randy. Why do I mention those? That was it. 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and the guys are calling him eggs because he had 12 strikeouts. Eggs. Yanks push one across on a Higsy sac fly. And in the words of a famous bunny, that's all, folks. Eggs. The best starting pitcher gives it to the best closer. Yanks win 1-0 final.
It's dumb, man. They calling them eggs?
I thought you'd like that.
Imagine like a dude made his debut, like 1940s baseball, and he got 12 strikeouts. Like, oh, I got a dozen strikeout. Then teammates started calling him Dozen, and he was like, oh, that's a cool nickname. I'm going to be Dozen Dove. And then they're like, no, we'll call you Eggs.
Eggs.
That was terrible. Someone in the chat said, Sean H. said, isn't a pirate sailor a bit redundant?
No. I mean, I think some identify with being a sailor.
Yeah.
I think some, like, there'd be a pillaging pirate. Like, that's what I do.
Like a Viking?
Homie don't play on the sea, really. But I do it to get around.
There were definitely some pirates who, like, rode one ship, landed at Nassau, and was like, I'll just hang out.
I don't have to go on the
boat.
boat.
There were port pirates.
Port pirates.
So Sean is wrong. Your pirate was a sailor, not a port pirate.
Garrett looked really good in this one.
You predicted it on the pregame show. You said if the over-under for Cole strikeouts was 12, I'd take the over. You wouldn't have lost the bet. You surely wouldn't have won it because he had 12 strikeouts. But you set the line perfectly.
That's what we do here on this show and the Talkin' Yanks pregame show.
Yeah, the Rays look awful, but that means Garrett Cole looks good. I mean, he was like, I thought he was going to go the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because especially, I mean, that last inning, the 8th inning was beautiful. I told Trevor Plouffe to do it on sequence. He commented, replying to my tweet, saying, oh, my God, they're going to need a new mound in Tampa because Garrett dragged his dick all over it.
Who said that?
Trevor Plouffe. Not a joke.
It's a good joke when I heard it when I was
joke
14.
What about now?
It's still good play. Still
a
plays.
joke.
I don't think they'd need a new mound.
Imagine,
Just
though.
rake it a little bit. Dragging?
Because you get like a base of a mound and then you start covering it with dirt.
Building a mound's tough, man.
In the 8th, struck out Zunino, struck out Adames, 3 pitches, 3 97-mile-per-hour four-seam fastballs to Adames. And then Phillips took 4 pitches to strike him out. And Cole did a little Chapman, like, freeze-up.
Stared him down, yeah.
I don't think it was the Chapman stare. I think it was, the way I described it was kind of like someone in ancient times, like the first time they actually believed they were a god. Like when someone discovered a new country and they got treated as a new god, the first time that they were like, I think I am. I'm different than those guys.
You think he was announcing himself? In his own, to himself.
I think it was...
He was accepting greatness in his mental head.
Just kind of...
Metal head.
know when they talk about how guys, there's no league above Major League Baseball?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was his, like, I think I'd try it.
Yeah.
Like,
too good for this.
that was easy.
Yeah.
Yanks lineup, not as much fun.
No. I mean, I like Yarby. He's got funk.
Yeah.
But the Yanks still ain't hit in. Judge had 3 hits. Dude, and I don't remember them. And I've tried for a while, and I tried as I was doing my post-game recap on Twitter to remember. I was like, Judge had 3 hits? And I still don't remember them. BBD said you could place all 3 of them?
I did not say that.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that was confusing.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be at like a good description of all the 3 of them.
Let's see. I remember because he had the leadoff hit before the Urshela double. That was the Yankees rally.
Mm-hmm.
So I do remember that. But, yeah, I'm not sure. That's all I got.
Okay. You remember anything else? Higgy gets to start with Cole.
Higster gets a start. I mean, some of those numbers have to be crazy if you do the Cole-Higgy combination at this point. Should probably, like, tweet that out. People would like it and
It's
retweet
definitely
it.
been tweeted.
Be like, oh, my God, this is good. Yeah, Judge 3 hits, Urshela 2. Outside of that, there was only one other hit.
Clint got ejected in this game. Are you going to talk about that later? Do you want to talk about it now?
We could talk about that now or later. I mean, I wasn't really planning on it.
Okay.
What about you?
First career ejection from Clint.
Yeah.
Complained about a strike call. Very civilly, it looked like. The only word I could get was down. Like, you got to bring that down, meaning he thought it was a high strike.
Yeah.
And then he said a second line, and I have no idea what it was, and the guy ejected him right away. Seemed like a very early ejection. I think it was a message to the Yankees as a team, and Clint was just wrong place, wrong time, because Stanton had chewed him out a little bit earlier. Not that I'm backing the umpire.
Sure.
I'm just trying to understand it. But then Boone did not have Clint's back, and not even in the post-game Zoom didn't have Clint's back. The reason being, Glaber was out due to COVID. Right. They're trying to give Gardy a day off, and now Gardy's got to play. They probably knew Hicks was going to sit the next day and Gardy was going to play the next day, and there's probably like, hey, you got to stay in the game here because we're short a man, and Clint got thrown out, even though he shouldn't have. But yeah, Boone wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Boone being just kind of an angry parent in the moment.
Well, we've never seen Boone not stand up for his player with an ump before.
Yeah, I mean, he went out there during it, and he,
didn't say anything.
He put a case, and he was just like, hey, Clint, get out of here. I'll talk to the guy. The normal kind of manager. And then after the game, yeah, you'd think he would have laid it out there a little more. But, yeah, no, there's a lot going on with the team that's the last thing you want to deal with. And I mentioned this on the pregame show. In his first at-bat, because I know that umpire side, I've started following them. The umpire Twitter thing
Ump reports.
Ump
scorecards.
They said that one of the pitches in his first at-bat was like one of the most egregious misses this season. And so people were thinking that maybe he referenced that, and maybe that's what put it over the top.
Yeah, that is something that happens where if a player says I checked it in the film room and you were wrong. I've seen done breakdowns of guys who got ejected for that, and you can hear them say we looked at it, you were wrong, and they're like, don't judge me.
There's like
with
a way
facts.
to
don't judge me with facts.
There's a way to do that properly. Like there's a show way to do that, and there's a not show way to do that, and I'm guessing Clint did the not show way to do that. Because it was quick. It's quick.
Clint shouldn't be stealing out bats from himself, but again, he didn't deserve to get thrown out at all. But weird situation. They're also down coaches as well.
Yeah, down a lot.
Well, not in the game. They're up a little bit.
Not a lot. Garrett Cole.
A little bit.
Garrett Cole after the game said that the team trainers were the MVPs.
Yep. Every question that Cole got asked, basically, he pivoted to the COVID situation. He wants it on everyone's mind and everyone to be aware of it. they're like, Meredith was asked him, how's it feel to finally win a series? It's been 2 years since his team won a series. And he was like, hard to really care about that when we got a pandemic running through the clubhouse. Meredith was like, okay, dude, no need to make me seem like the jerk. Asking questions about the game.
Yeah.
My job.
Yeah. I think after that, he started answering it a little bit. But it is a tough. It's a reporter's nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a reporter's nightmare.
It was, I mean, it wasn't like a hostile.
And his speaking pattern made it worse. Because the computer was calculating.
His computer's always calculating during his first 5 words.
And
Judge sits those out.
Yes.
Judge goes quiet, lets the computer do his thing.
This is what Judge does. And then he starts talking.
Yeah. Call
for those
first
only,
5 words.
I smiled, tilted my head, and exhaled.
Good shit.
Yeah. So Cole knew he wanted to get the COVID stuff out in the first 5, and then computer calculated.
I'm guessing this was the called strike on Clint. That one up there.
I think so.
Yeah. In his first at bat. All right. That was game 2. I mean, the Gardy subbed in for Clint. There's not really a lot of roster moves there.
Yeah.
Bullpen, they went Cole to Chapman, which would be a phenomenal October game.
Wade got caught stealing.
Didn't mind it.
No, and that was the consensus on the broadcast. Paulio said, that's Tyler Wade's game. It was a perfect pitch and catch. And that's the risk you run in a game like this where nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. I'd send him. Absolutely. I'd send him again every single time. And I think he gets in 85% of the time, which is a good clip. But those first 15,
you think 85?
Those 15 times they throw a perfect pitch and catch. He was almost in there, perfect pitch and catch.
I'm just wondering how you got to 85. Did you?
Because that's a good.
Did you go 90 then down 85?
That's like the analytical stolen base percentage, what they want it to be at to steal.
85?
Yeah.
So if you steal 8 times,
yeah,
how many do you need to be safe?
You'd want 7 out of 8.
That's a high bar.
Okay.
Let's burn game 3.
So,
on your mark. Get set. And burn.
Well, that really looks like a rich hill over there. No, that's my dick mountain. Yeah. For the Rays. As the Yankees, and their fans might need a little shot of JMO as Tyone takes the bump as the Yanks try to sweep in this fake stadium. Bottom 1, the Yandy Man can. I said the Yandy Man can. He's big, he's hulking, his name's Yandy, but I call it the Yandy Man. 2 RBI single, 2 outs for Tyone, and then a bloop and a couple bleeps. 2-0 Rays in the 3rd. Oh, my God. Meadows, man. Home run, Jim.
Over the fence.
4-0 Rays. That would be 4 more runs than they'd need. No, the Yanks got one late. I forgot about it. The best ever, Rosarena homers. Austin Meadows with another double. It was 9-0. Yanks fight the greatest comeback ever. Clint double play. 9-1. That would be the only run the Yankees got. King gave up his first run of the season. Wilson stinks. Tyone. Yeah. 9-1 Rays.
Dude. What's up with Clint not hitting the grand slam there?
A little messed up.
I'm
kind of with you.
You don't think he considered it?
Correct. I think he told himself, hey, let's keep it going. Don't need a grand slam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talked himself out of a grand slam if you wanted to spin it a certain way.
Ford, Clint, Andujar, Gardy.
So with Glaber out.
Golly.
With Glaber out because he tested positive, and with Hicks out because his wrist is acting up, and Voit out because he just came back from the IL and played 2 games on the Trop, the lineup got bad fast. They called Andujar back up. Ford plays first base. Clint started. Gardy started. So, how many hits did those guys combine for? How many hits did the Yankees get in this game?
Not a lot. The Yankees had 5 hits in this game. Stanton with 1, Judge with 1, Urshela with 1, Gary.
So all 2, 3, 4, 5
2.
guys.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So all the people that I just named went hitless?
DJ, Ford, Clint, Andujar, and Gardy were hitless.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, bad lineup. They won the series already. The only thing I wanted was a good Tyone outing. We didn't get that.
Yeah.
So.
He had his most strikeouts in a long time, but that's a reflection of the Rays. The first inning was tough. Got a couple outs and then a blooper, but then I mentioned the 2 bleeps. Rich Hill is maybe a storyline to watch if you're a hardcore Yankee fan. His last 2 outings had been pretty good. Now with this, his season looks on track, and you always wonder if the Rays have voodoo going on or something.
Rich Hill looks like the guy at the grocery store who's in like the feminine products, clearly for his wife or his daughter who had her first period, and he's just miserable and doesn't want to be there and has to ask for help because he has no idea what to buy. But also, he does not want to ask for help. And finally, he just stands there and looks as miserable and rugged as possible until someone, senses that. And they're like, hey, do you need a hand? He's like, yeah, I can't find. And he beat the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the second half of that, Rich Hill looks like a broken man who doesn't want to ask for help, but he needs help.
Mm-hmm.
So he does.
No, he never asks.
Oh, no, I have him asking.
He lays it on as thick as possible.
I have him asking.
It's kind of your move in a way.
Yeah.
Go into a store and just look
Just
lost
hope.
until someone says you need help, buddy.
Just hope someone's out there hoping to help. Yeah.
Can we make a quote board? Just it's a picture of Jake in his suit looking run down, and the quote says, I just hope someone's hoping to help. Something like that.
Well, no, the famous quote in our friend group around me is one of our friends, Rob, who has sister's one of the sweetest women in the world. He just sent her a picture out of me, just being silly. I think I was just holding a beer.
Yeah.
And she replied, "Some people can't be helped."
Yeah.
Not in a joking way.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be the underneath part of
That's
the picture.
other side.
No, the bottom.
It'll be
the
like one of
name
those
the
calendars. What you gave an award with it the other day. Advent.
Advent calendar.
Be an advent calendar with my face. We'll sell them at the JOMBOY Media Store.
Yeah. So the Yankees lost this game, and it was I don't know, just boring and bad, and I didn't really care about much. I care a lot about Wilson looking bad and Tyone not looking great. More about Wilson, because dude, are you a factor right now?
Yeah, it was the Yes Network, and they had to go in the deep end tonight. I mean, Yankees were down 9-0, but Kay kind of gave a thing, was they'd love to use him in a high leverage spot, and is no, man. I mean, this is kind of the spot for him right now. He's going through it. He's given up runs in, what is it now?
Four of his last five. Yeah.
And he just hasn't looked good at all. He hasn't looked in a rhythm. It's, I don't know. So, Justin Wilson, that's tough. Mike King throws 48 bullets. He gets touched up for the first time. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. The best ever gets
Yes. Yeah, you can't. You're fine there. All right.
This game stunk.
Yeah, it's boring. Not if you're a Rays fan. They
when the Yanks went down 2-0, it hurt and felt bad, but you were there's a chance they've got a little chutzpah right now. And then when it was 4-0, it was
oh no chutzpah.
What were you about to say?
we're going to move on to the second half of the show where we give out individual awards, and it's brought to you by our good friends at Cushy Dreams. They make smokable CBD. They don't just make it, they specialize in it. That's not on the read, but I said it, and I think whoever checks the reads for them might, like the next time we get sent the read, it might be what I just said because it's perfect. So if you want all of the benefits of CBD, you can, anxiety cure, stress cure, inflammation, but you don't want to get high, then I might have to FaceTime from my mom at 11:30 p.m. That can't be good news of any sort, right?
Yeah. I mean, you love your mother. You could go answer it if you need to.
I'll send a text. Like, what's the emergency?
I can talk about Cushy Dreams. I'm familiar.
Can you give me some juice?
Oh, I got juice for you.
Cushy Dreams. The code is Yanks for 20% off your next order. Smoke your CBD with promo code Yanks for 20% off. The flower looks, smells, tastes like high-quality marijuana, but it's legal in every single state because it's only got 0.03% THC.
I love Cushy Dreams. Get some Cushy Dreams for your dad for Father's Day. And he's going to, if your dad's not a weed person, they'll be like, what? Weed, get this out. And you say, no, it's not weed. It's CBD from Cushy Dreams. They're the best. It's going to help with your bulky knee, Dad. And I'll be like, okay. Then Dad's going to be feeling pretty good. So.
Good stuff. All right, the first award that we give out here on Talkin' Yanks is... Oh, no, I just moved all the buttons around to put the bug song on.
No.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
I go first on Sundays
Yes.
because I am closer to the Lord than you.
Yes.
Garrett Cole.
It's not Sunday. Big first step.
Sure does feel like
I don't think you're closer to the Lord than me.
My mother's house
Yeah?
is about 20 blocks from Lord's Ice Cream. So it depends on what Lord we're talking.
I am a massive Lord fan.
Yeah, you are a huge Lord fan.
I mean, never be Royals. If I had 5 songs I could take to a deserted island, which would be a really weird game. No one's ever played that. It would be on mine now.
Go ahead. My mom, nothing's wrong, guys. Don't have to worry. She's in Ohio with my brother at college parties and just wanted to FaceTime me while she was having fun in college.
So your mom is drinking and partying at college and FaceTime.
Yes. The old 11:30 p.m. FaceTime from my mom. I take after her, so it gives me a heart attack, and I just would say, what's wrong? Who has died? Instead, she's just drinking.
Just partying with a group of young boys, even though me and her have a history.
Who's your pride, Jake?
I feel like I know who you were going to take. And that's affecting my decision.
Unless it was a smoke screen. Obviously, it's Thursday.
I'm going to take Garrett Cole.
Ah.
Smoke screen, gotcha. I'm going to take Garrett Cole.
You sure?
Yeah. He,
Good pick. I would have.
Jim, in the first time, I think, in Burn history,
Yeah.
I listed the hits that our starting pitcher gave up.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
I don't know if it's the first time in Burn history.
I think so, man.
Because
it's a really weird angle.
Here's what I'll say. I don't know.
Okay. But thanks for chiming in.
Yeah.
Gareth was really good. He, man, in the first inning, I predicted a no-hitter. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Second batter of the game, Austin Meadows, hits a ball that StatCast had going 310 to right center. Judge camped under it.
Out at the stadium.
No.
With the right wind. Maybe.
With the right wind, maybe.
Yeah.
Judge doing a little trot to get under it. Ball drops between DJ and Voit because those guys don't care about playing in a non-real baseball stadium. Free double for no reason. And probably the best inning that you have a chance to get Garrett Cole. Locks in, gets out of that. Mows down 12, 3 in the final inning. The second batter on 3 pitches, 3 fastballs. Then Phillips, the final on 4. There was an honest discussion. Does he come out for the 9th with 106 pitches? I think there's probably only a couple players in baseball right now that could have kept Garrett Cole off the mound. And I think Aroldis Chapman being the best closer in the game.
I didn't think he was. I didn't know if he was going to be available though.
Because I don't think you could. Garrett Cole with 106. I don't think you can throw Chad Green out after that. Because if Chad Green gives up a solo dolo with the way Garrett was pitching,
I do agree. It was.
That's
It was Garrett or Chapman. If that's why I thought he was going to pitch a 9th because I thought they might not go to Chapman. I never considered Chad. So you're right.
So, I think, and hey, Jake's always doing this. You guys are in the comments. Here he goes again. Yankees offense low-key stunk this series, and if Garrett didn't drop Dick, we'd be having a total different conversation.
Can I tell you something, though? The offense did stink this series, and it did in the Nats series as well.
Yeah.
But you can make a lot of individual good, they've been good for their last 10 days.
Yeah.
They just never did it all in the same.
It's always been 1.
Yeah.
1.5.
Yes.
Like, Glaber's actually hitting .330, but no homers.
Well, he hit a homer.
Right. I was giving an example of the half point. That was him before the homer.
No,
that was Talkin Yanks pregame show on Mother's Day.
Yeah. Your least favorite day of the year? Is that what you said?
You just ignored your mother's call.
FaceTime.
I've never done that.
I considered taking it. I was in the middle of an ad read.
Because she would have loved it.
If I picked it up and
That's my pride of the
Probably
Yankees.
getting
Who did
high
you
with-
say yours was going to be? She might have been getting some cushy dreams on. Don't go there.
My pride of the Yankees for this series
Who do you got?
is.
'Cause I know you had a name on your tongue.
Who'd you think I was going to take?
Garrett Cole.
No, that was a smokescreen.
Okay, all right. Then
Yeah.
you can have the guy that stands out to take
Yes.
for this award.
Monty, obviously.
Okay.
Pitching won this series.
All right.
Monty was the second best pitcher that pitched. 6 innings pitched, only gave up 2 hits.
Second best pitcher on the Yankees that pitched.
Less
Starting
hits than
pitcher.
Cole, so a lot of people are saying, wow, did Monty outpitch Cole this series? Only gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Only threw 85 pitches.
Yeah.
He looked good. And he's mad. He gave up that home run to Zunino, and he needs to give up a home run or he needs to give up a run first time through the order or get in a jam. Because then he goes he's so tall, but then he goes this hunch down Monty, where he kind of you can hear him grunting to himself as he walks off the mound. And you're like, okay, Monty's in the zone right now. Monty's mad at something.
Something's making him mad. What's
Definitely a kid that just threw rocks.
Can I ask
You're
you a
what are you throwing him
question?
at? And he's like, I'm just throwing. Yeah.
Why don't the Yankees let Monty pitch more? He hasn't thrown 90 pitches this year.
I think a lot of that's performance based, and I think it's because he throws a lot of what do they call
Stressful
pitches. Yeah, he throws a lot of stressful pitches, and they had bullpen this game. It was after an off day,
Okay.
so yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been the problem is last batter, but maybe they're still easing him up. He didn't break 95 pitches last season.
Yeah, but I'm just curious. I wonder if, do the analytic geeks have a 90-plus pitch Monty rule that we're going to figure out soon?
I think Laza was available, and
They just went to him. Still early. Like, it can go away very easily with one start, but, 6 innings clean, 1 earned run, 9 Ks. 85 pitches. He looked great, man. That changeup. I think Monty's best days in previous years, he had like a really good curveball. It was just over the top, same plane as the fastball. It'd end up in the dirt, and guys would swing at it. The changeup, when it's right, it's a plus pitch. So I like that.
Blake's changes. That's what I'm going to make a shirt. It's going to be very niche for people that are a fan of Matt Blake and the changes he's made to everyone's changeup this season. It's going to kind of have an old tire repair storefront vibe to it. And it says Blake's changes. It'll look like a shirt that's been worn for 20 years, but it's brand new.
I've got something dangerous.
Yeah, Monty's my pride of the Yankees. I really wanted him to get a good outing where he walks off the mound and feels really good about himself. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. At the time, we didn't fully understand how bad the Rays are at hitting.
Yeah.
So in the moment, it was like, holy shit. First game at the Trop. Awesome.
The New York Yankees, all spring training, they're talking about the gas station. But all the pitchers are throwing change-ups.
But really, you should have said the gas station, but really, they were getting their oil changed. I went more Wallace Shawn than Schmooze
Yours was
there.
Wallace Shawn, and was that just a car joke at the end?
Yeah, it was better than yours.
Oil changed.
Yes.
I didn't get that at first.
Yeah.
Still, because the emphasis on, like, the oil.
Yes. Changed. Happens at the same place.
I see it.
Both car worlds.
I don't think Schmoozer would ever go there.
Savage is in the box. Do you know that Aaron Boone is related to Daniel Boone, the famous frontiersman, who probably referred to another set of people as savages and killed them?
Sure.
He did. He built a fort somewhere, and then Boone's using the word savages. You think it's, kind of in his blood. Let's get back to the show. The next award that we do is...
You Yankee motherfucker.
I'm going to give it to Tyone.
Wish it was your turn. Imagine if it was.
That was a smokescreen. That was a real one.
Well, see, you've set yourself up beautifully. Because I know this trick. I've seen this trick many times.
Yep.
If I take Tyone, you call it a smokescreen. If I don't take Tyone, you're taking Tyone.
And then which smokescreen was it? It just depends with which version you fall for.
It's a classic case of which is which.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I half care about that. I'm giving it to Tyone.
Yep.
I'm
Smokescreened
giving
him.
it to Tyone. You got me.
Because obviously he had to get one, but I didn't want to do it.
It's kind of a Bummerosa Ranch, man. We had a good thing going with our starting pitching for the last little bit. It's been carrying the team. Everyone's talking about how, you rumored that we were 9-10 in a stretch. Everyone's saying this 11 wins in 14 games thing. The pitching has been really good. I mean, even a couple of those games we lost were like those first bullpen blown games that we were like, okay, that's fine. They've earned that. Tyone, man, it seemed like he was on a good path. His 4 starts heading into tonight. He got a little more stretched out. 20 innings pitched, a 3.98 ERA. He was striking more than a batter per inning. Last game, like I mentioned, 99 pitches, which again, we're talking about a build-up here. This guy's missed a couple seasons of baseball. And, yeah, man, it's just for things that matter this season, it's one of the more curious question marks.
How much does Tyone's performance matter?
Like, there's not really a kick him to the bullpen
No.
scenario.
No, he's on the team for next year, too.
Kind of the other question marks, if you go around the field, like, we're kind of in it with Hicks. Clinton Gardy, like, is kind of a thing, but we also expect them to either sort it out or, like, hey, if you guys full-on suck, we can find a left fielder pretty easily. The catching situation is actually good. So, I mean, yeah, Tyone is, like, arguably the biggest question mark right now.
Sevy's coming for someone.
Ooh, don't double
No,
charge
I
me
mean,
for
he's
that.
on the team next year, so and
Yeah.
he still hasn't pitched in 2 years, and Tommy John, and they're probably tinkering and fine-tuning nonstop. And there's no, like, I don't know, there's no losing complete hope
No.
because, but no, I'm saying for, like, even, like, crazy fans, like, he's on the team next year.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just see a bunch of crazy people saying, like, DFA this guy, DFA guy. Like, well, Tyone's with us.
Yeah.
And they didn't pick him up to have a stellar first 8 games.
No.
Picked him up to get back into the swing of things and find his groove eventually. So they're still waiting on that. As long as people around him are picking him up, he gets more leash. I think he gets more leash the better the team is and the rest. Like, the more
Yes.
it becomes that's the only problem on the team,
Right.
the more leash he has.
Yeah. And it's, yeah, I think it's not loud right now. But yeah, you just, it was a tough start. A Rays team that hadn't hit in a while. A Rays team that hadn't hit in like over a week. So, hey, maybe this was their coming out. Baseball's a funny sport. Maybe the Rays sticks will get going a little bit. And it's just kind of a funny bleep on the radar. But, yeah, it's just a bummer. Sorry, JMO. Love you. Who is your MFer? You got me with the smoke screen.
Yeah. Yep. Because I already talked about Justin Wilson,
Right.
so I'm not going to waste another conversation on
No,
him.
and he doesn't deserve
But
an
like-
MFer.
Well, you know, going out in slop time and then making it sloppier
Sure.
when you're got paid to be a high leverage guy. But, you know, very early with him, too, so I
Sure.
don't really care. Clint,
Whoa.
I'm giving it to Clint.
Whoa.
His at-bats are non-competitive on purpose.
Wow.
He's just searching for walks.
Ooh.
And it's been a long time, and it's not real bad. And I don't think he's had like an 8-game stretch where you're like, well, in the last 8 games, Clint's been crazy. Like a couple days ago, you
Yeah.
could say, like, what was Hicks batting average in the last 8 games? Like
It's
330?
good, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And like obviously that wasn't real and it didn't really mean anything, but you're like, hey, well, Hicks had a good
Yeah.
week.
he's putting it
Maybe
together.
he's going.
Yeah, I was trying to
He had
find
a week of a
um,
500 OBP.
Clint's best, and it's the first 4 games of the season.
Huh.
And since then, you can't put together a good 4 games.
What are you talking about? His on-base streak. He was getting on base at a 500 clip.
When?
No, that
Just taking walks.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was
Oh.
okay. So here's this
was when
stretch.
he refused to swing for a
Yeah.
month.
Batting average 0.83, on base 450. So that's maybe his best stretch. 6 games, 1 hit. Yeah, you can't really do it, man. And I don't know. We've been saying that we got to give Clint a shot forever,
Right.
and that he needs to get a real chance. This is his 5th year. We're getting MLB at bats.
Yeah.
We're 30 games in now. He started 29 of them, 29 of the 32. This is the worst we've ever seen him.
Yeah.
So, Gary and Higgy as a tandem, carrying their weight.
Yeah.
Gardy and Clint, not. But Gardy didn't play enough, so I just gave it to Clinton.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of played a similar amount because of the ejection.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I just said the start.
It kind of could have been a duel because
Sure.
Gardy-
Do it a duel then.
Gardy goes 0 for 6.
Do it. Yeah, give it a duel. If they
Okay.
played that, Clint had 8 at bats, Gardy had 6. Yeah, left fielders.
Left field.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought Clint had way more at bats, but yeah, if it's similar, do it.
Figure it out, guys.
You already made a nice running catch, though.
One of you play well.
Clint's received an MFer in the last 2 series and 3 of the last 4.
Ain't that it?
It's tough.
Ain't that it? Hit some.
All right.
Orioles.
Now it's time for Regular Old Award, which is brought to you by DraftKings. Garrett Cole, 12 strikeouts, 8 innings pitched. That's 20. When you add it together, you minus the amount of runs he allowed, it's 0. He had a 20 Kuiper. It's a stat I invented. You can find it on DraftKings Sportsbook. You can bet on it. They make them for all different pitchers. They go head-to-head. You bet on the Kuiper. I invented the stat. Now you can bet on it at DraftKings. And when you download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app, use promo code JOMBOY when you sign up. And you can turn $1 into $100 when you bet on a main card fighter to win. That's their deal this week. Place your bet and watch the fist fly this weekend. That's code JOMBOY to turn $1 into $100 on select main card fighters for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or PA only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Damn it, I just remembered something. Regular Old Awards. Jake, you get to go first.
I am giving out the Everyman Award.
The Everyman Award. Mike Ford.
No.
Johnny Els.
No.
Judge.
Aaron Judge. Because, Jim,
Yeah?
there's a lot of guys out there. I know you've told me this a lot. BBD. Told myself this a lot. A lot of guys in the chat. You know, they're just looking for that one more inch.
Where?
And in today's game, Big Aaron Judge, who we've been watching a lot. There's been lower body stuff. There's been upper body stuff. It's been weird. He had his first error in the Nat series in a long time. That ball that he just didn't get low enough on.
Mm-hmm.
It's off the end of his glove.
I remember.
He had that happen again today.
Yeah.
The Margot bloop.
Mm-hmm.
He went to snag it, and it just went off the tip of his glove. Nothing happened. But what's going on, Judgy?
He's battling stuff. He told us he's not going to go all out. Even when he does like his sliding catches, he's very careful.
Just like that 1 inch probably prevents the error. He just catches the Margot ball today. So I don't know if it's an elbow extension thing or what's going on. But it was just weird. He's normally so showy-handed.
Yeah, he's playing a more gentle outfield.
V gentle.
What?
Very gentle.
Oh.
We've done this before.
Vigento.
V gentle. V is a well-known abbreviation for very nowadays with the kids.
It is?
Yeah.
They shorten it to V? Like they would type out like I'm V cold?
Yes.
Do they say it audibly? Like how you just did? Like how people say like you just took an L now?
It's more popular texting than saying,
Tweeting.
but
I think people. I mean, I guess people also would say it genuinely. I think a lot of people would say the, like, kind of tongue in cheek.
yeah.
But I guess
That was a
that's-
little tongue-in-cheek.
I
That's where I keep
suppose
it.
people are also doing it for real. So, because that's how people start saying it, tongue in cheek.
Mm.
Words.
When AIM was super popular and we would like type like that, there's so many commercials where adults were like saying out all the acronyms. And it's like, we don't actually say them though.
No.
But now it seems like kids actually say them. Maybe they're braver than us.
Like saying the acronym or saying LOL?
Saying like NM, you?
Right.
Nowadays,
That one feels like a bad example.
well, no one said it back then.
I'm
Nobody
lost
says
in which
that
way
one
you're
right
going
now.
with it.
Today, the kids speak the acronyms.
They'll say an acronym.
And
They'll
or
say
they'll
shorthand.
They'll speak shorthand out loud. When we were kids, we didn't do
Okay.
that. But adults acted like we did.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought those commercials were just like adults mocking adults.
Maybe.
Because, like, obviously that's mind-blowing that their 15-year-old kid sends
Types in shorthand.
LOL N2MU.
Yeah.
And
G-
that
G-
that
G-
means something.
GTG.
For years, that meant nothing.
GTG, TTYL,
It was nothing.
GN. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why.
ISHRN.
ISHRN. What's that?
Real ones, no.
ISHIN.
RN. What's your award?
I shouldn't have ripped now. My award is who are you and where's Miguel Andujar? Award.
It's a classic. I'd guess Miggy, but I don't know.
Yeah, Miguel Andujar.
All right.
This guy
That
can't
makes
hit,
sense.
man, and his swing
It's
doesn't
weird.
look like he can hit. And every time he swings, you're like, yeah, that's going to happen. And then it happens, and you're like, well, yeah, that's what his swing looks like. Like, he hasn't taken a cut at a ball.
Yeah.
And I've been like, man, if he connected on that one.
Yeah.
Like, everything just feels bad. And it has since the injury in, since he was told to get surgery and he came back.
Right.
And he played those like 10 days in 2018 and then got surgery and then in 2019. And since then we haven't seen Miguel Andujar like hit or swing like he hits. I know that the shoulder surgery is a big thing, and if that's the case, then that's really sad. But yeah, man, like he didn't take a swing that seems like it can do damage.
Yeah, I could see your eyebrow raising because Kaster said it about 3 times on the broadcast. Like, we know the hits are in there. And I saw you being, what?
I don't know that.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's really tough because at the same time we're juggling a lot here. There's so many players around baseball that aren't hitting right now. And like you said, I mean, you know, this dude should be at AAA playing games. Like, he was hurt, and then COVID year happens. He doesn't play a lot. Like, this guy hasn't really gotten a full run, and now, you know, today's a spot COVID start. So it's tough when you put it all in the blender, and he had a couple balls he did hit. But again, if that's what you're digging for, that's a tough spot to be in. So I don't know, man. I wish I could get Andujar fever. I mean, it'd have to be this Yankees lineup, and hitting around the league has been so bad that, like, if we go to Camden, Andujar plays 3 games and he, you know, has 4 doubles, I think we could get the fever again. But there's no sane person is just throwing in money into Andujar stock. Like, you gotta, even if you're the biggest Andujar fan in the world, you gotta see something, because we haven't.
Yeah. I'm trying
When I got excited for Andujar last year when the Yankees went rock bottom, he got a little hot, but again, he wasn't ripping the ball. Like, he was having shift-beating singles and stuff, and it was like, okay, let's feed the beast. But yeah, I mean, we haven't seen the scary barrels in the gap Andujar for a while.
Yeah, I just tried to find his hardest hit plus like launch angle, and it's 103 miles per hour, and it's here, I'll make it so you can see it. That's his.
Yeah, I remember this.
So his first at bat.
Corbin.
First at bat, yeah, 3-2 pitch. That's decent. Since then, there's nothing that's
Yeah. And he was...
since then, it's the next hardest hit ball is 100 miles per hour, but the launch angle is -17, so straight into the ground. Then 99 miles per hour, but 40 degree, so straight into the air. And then 97, -16. Yeah, he's only put 8 balls in play. And that's the only one that's like kind of good, but also that's an out.
Yeah, it's fly ball out. He, yeah, and that's even, again, if you're Andujar Stan, you know, him and Luke Voigt homered back-to-back the first minor league game, if you remember that. And that kind of looked like Andujar. But, yeah, man, I don't know. He's still going to stumble into some at-bats.
It almost sucks that Glaber got hurt for him because he needs to just go play a straight month.
Yeah, and that's at the same time, though, the way you laid it out for Clint, hey, Miggy, like, you've been begging for this opportunity. Like, if you get 2 starts versus the Orioles and it's Friday, Sunday, that still has to be you, dude. Like, that's it.
Yeah. So that's my award.
What was the award again?
Yeah. BBD, do you remember what it was called?
You gave the Who Are You and Where is Miguel Andujar award to Miguel Andujar.
Yeah. He would know. He'd be able to answer the question.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Oh, without hesitation.
He'd have to, right?
You got an award?
Yeah.
Lay it on us.
I'm giving out the I'm On award.
I'm On award. Huh. When you gave the pride of the Yankees to Garrett Cole, did you talk about how crazy it is that he hasn't walked anyone in a month?
Mm-mm.
And he's only walked 3 people all season. He struck out 59.
They're setting records right now. The only problem is Corbin Burns is just ahead of him on the record and setting it also now during this.
I thought he only got to 57.
This dead ball baseball era. He pitched again today.
Burns did?
Yeah. So it's kind of tough. Like, it's starting to look like this period of baseball is going to be
The dead ball era.
looked at as a loophole year. Like, these 2 years of baseball, COVID year and dead ball year, are starting to look.
Yeah, we don't count those 2 seasons.
Yo, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. But we had fun.
What? Aren't you still giving an award?
Yeah. I thought you were still guessing. You didn't give a single guess. You just went back to Garrett Cole stats.
Well, it was important that
and
we
we
talked
normally guess at least one name.
Say it again.
Even if we don't.
Say it
I'm
again.
on.
Oh, yeah. Well, so what happened was
Okay.
I did the Garrett Cole conversation as a stall tactic.
Yes.
So I could pull up
Oh, I've seen him.
the on-base percentages because I
Yes.
figured you might just be giving it to someone who's been getting on base a lot.
Yes.
So I'm going to guess Aaron Judge.
Wrong.
Okay.
So close.
I guess I'll go eat my
BBD's
contacts.
got it.
Well, that last award was Aaron Judge, so I knew it wasn't. I knew it
Wow.
wasn't going to be
Kinda
that
blowing
one
up your
from
snot.
Jake.
that was
Kind of got you.
no, that was a smoke screen.
A lot of smoke screen.
Gary Sanchez?
Yeah, you were all over it, Jim. It's Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez, after a 2-hit, 1-walk performance today, his on-base percentage is .351.
Yeah.
That's good for third best on the team.
Well, he's got 733 OPS too, which is like above average.
It's above the league average this year.
Yeah, Gary Sanchez has a above league average OPS.
I mean, this is going to drive some of you nuts because you, at a certain point in your life, you gave up on acquiring more information, and I get it. That's kind of every day for me. But
It's summer.
Was that me not knowing the season? That was me not knowing the season.
Because you hate acquiring new information.
Yeah. It's summer. Who doggy? Gary, I know a lot of you don't want to hear it. You don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Compared to what the league is doing, and especially catchers, Gary's being pretty solid as Higgy returns back down to earth. We've semi-predicted that it might be coming. They're basically just playing every other day.
Yeah.
Like-
What's the schedule? Let's guess the rest of it.
Like Cole and Kluber are locked into Higgy. They've kind of given Herman Higgy too. So then it's Taillon and Gumby, which is literally what happened. So it's every other day.
Well-
But technically Higgy gets 3, but not really.
Well, this is the 4th time through the rotation I think they've done this. All the pitchers have caught the same catcher 3 times in a row. Higgy's caught Cole,
reversed it.
Kluber,
All the catchers have
Herman
caught
3
the same
times in a
pitchers.
row.
You had the pitchers catching the catchers in the way you said it.
Well,
That's what I
you
had,
knew
right?
I think, yeah, it's been essentially every other day.
Yeah.
Higgy's been getting Cole, Kluber,
Herman.
Domingo. Gary's gotten Montgomery and Taillon. Their last 3 times through, and I guess a 4th now.
So I as of right now, I think all Higgy and Gary are fighting for are Domingo starts. Because I think Kluber and Cole have been like.
So
Where
who's pitching for the Orioles series?
So it's Kluber tomorrow.
Herman Monty. And whoever catches Monty cannot also catch Herman.
So yeah, Gary catches Monty. Higgy catches Herman.
And then Gary catches Monty again. Gonna give Higgy 2 in a row?
Saturday night, it lines up.
I think so.
Day game after night game stuff.
Well, it's. See, this is what starters. Kluber, Friday night.
Yep.
Domingo's the coin flip right now, so we'll see.
But they've been doing Gary
But
with Monty.
So then I'd say no.
That's what I'm saying. If you
say
think Gary and Monty are a lock, then that means Higgy's going to start 2 in a row.
I'd say no.
Because whoever catches game 3 can't also catch game 2 because it's day after night. So if Gary goes to Herman, does that blow your theory out of the water?
No, because
No, not at all.
I have Herman as the fighting ground.
Yes.
That's literally what I said.
But if
Check the tape.
okay,
Check the tape.
I'm laying groundwork here.
You're trying to unfoil the whole thing.
But so then
when it's foiled up.
if Gary catches Herman,
Yeah.
groundwork, you're good. But
Yeah.
then if Higgy does the day after the night catches Monty, where's your theory lie then?
If Higgy does both?
No, if Higgy does Monty, because Gary's getting Herman, and then the day game afterwards, it can't be Gary again. So
Right.
Higgy would catch Monty, breaking your Gary and Monty combo.
Not really, because it's day game, night game.
So day game, night game overrides the personal pairings.
That's the OG catching rule
besides call.
of our era.
Day, night wouldn't override call. They'd work around that.
They'd start Gary the night game before
Yeah.
because of the day-night rule.
So Monty's not as important as Garrett Cole.
Your final award.
My final award is and has always been congrats. Award.
With a C.
Congrats.
CONGRATS.
Z at the end.
S and a Z or just Z?
Just the Z.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Okay.
Any guesses? Should be obvious.
Loizaga.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, real far away.
Pass.
Tyler Wade
Ah.
got his 3rd hit of the season.
Congrats.
Congrats. Made a nice play with his glove.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Ooh, that little whirling dervish he did. That was nice.
I was about to make a joke you shouldn't make. and you kind of stumped into my rhythm of it. So you paused because I was going to say, I was going to say, got your first hit. Congrats. Made a nice play with your glove. Congrats. Bought a positive result and pinned it on Glaber. Congrats. But that's not a joke you should make. He's going to be playing more. Glaber's out. Congrats.
When's Odor back?
I thought he was off the team. Odor comes back with a full beard. He's like, what? Even after injuries?
Swear?
Yeah.
BBD, do you know when Odor's back? No, it's a tough question.
Well, I was gonna ask like earlier when we first mentioned him in
Yeah.
the first like 10 minutes of the episode if we got like an update on that saying he's back soon. I just know he was jogging on the field this series.
Jake, you
Seems
told me
healthy.
he was coming back.
I didn't tell you that.
Yes, you did. We were all sitting and watching the game, and you said Odor's coming back.
At some point, like in a joking way, like he's going to save the team.
No, we were trying to figure out who's going to play where, and you said Odor's coming back soon.
I didn't say soon.
You said tomorrow.
I would assume he's
No. Say not some of that.
Aaron Boone said that he's doing better. Oh, that was on May 6th. Yesterday, he was rehabbing with Gio.
I'd expect him before any of the relievers come back. But that's
He can
not
come
a-
off
that's
the
not a high
IL this
bar.
weekend. So if he's like running around and stuff, I think he's coming back after the Orioles series.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let Wade and Andujar mess around for the Orioles.
They still have
Forty.
Voit and Ford here, so stuff.
If you just
Go on.
I'd just play Wade at short 3 games in a row.
Okay.
I'd go get Andujar regular at bats at a regular position. The more time he's not playing
What position?
first
Okay.
or
What
left
about
field.
Voit?
Andujar? Grooming him to be traded, if we're all being honest.
Right.
So first or left field. And
Voigt's back.
I'm saying send him back to the minors.
Oh, okay. I think he's
play-
going to play this next series.
Me too. I'm saying I would just play Wade at short, have good defense. We're winning games without hitting already anyway, and let Andujar go get everyday reps at multiple positions. Dude, what's Andujar's trade value? He was, 6 for 8 in the minors in his first 6 games or 3 games or 4 for 6? Or
Voit. But he had some hits, yeah.
Yeah, Andujar rakes for the next 2 months in the minors. Better off being a trade asset with great AAA
Or-
stats.
They play him in left field tomorrow. Give Clint and Gardy the bird, or Gardy plays center, and they tell Andujar, hey, we got another guy in the outfield who's not great at defense. If you just hit the goddamn ball, you'll play.
I don't mind that.
If Clint and Andujar are both hitting at an 800 OPS difference, what's the difference in the outfield?
Wait, but tomorrow Gio's out playing.
Oh, this Baltimore series is going to be a mess. You're going to see a lineup. There's going to be a weird, Ford, Wade day. There's going to be a lot of shuffling the next couple days. Gio's banged up. Hicks is banged up. Is Hicks going to, the IL? Because who gets called up then?
Injured list.
Yeah,
Florial? We're starting to get in it now.
Greg Allen.
I mean, they said Hicks, they got the MRI stuff done, and they're looking at it overnight, and it's not standard to be looking at a wrist thing overnight, as is the injury was looked at yesterday. And
They looked at the wrist yesterday?
it's like when, the Yankees did. He got an MRI today, but
What does your dad think it is?
I haven't talked to him about this specifically. Just one of the reporters said that's not normal.
BBD's dad, for those that don't know, is a wrist enthusiast.
I mean, he does do sports injuries.
That too.
But-
I have him as just a wrist lover.
He himself has had a lot of he plays a lot of tennis.
Tennis.
And he's had many a wrist issue and surgeries.
Oh.
So
So he is up to
He is-
task on that.
wrists are one I should have asked him about earlier.
Me and your pop
He's just had the one wrist surgery.
Play tennis tomorrow.
Okay.
Who wins?
I'm watching and talking actively.
My dad plays a lot of tennis.
That's fine.
Just like, I don't know. Probably him because
Okay.
I just don't have
Okay.
you as that avid a tennis player.
It's fine. He very well could.
What if your dad forgot his racket?
That'd be tough.
Tennis has been a weird sport for me up to this point in my life. Like, there's people I've stepped on the court with, and I'm like, this sucks for me because you're not in my world. And there's been people that I've played with, and I'm like, oh, you've played tennis. Like, I'm having a bad time.
It's not like golf where you're playing against the course, so like you can.
You're
beat.
playing
You can
against
play
Yes.
with.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
ki-
ping pong.
It's kind of rare you meet
So
an
table
equal.
tennis.
What's that?
So it's you're saying it's like table tennis.
Yes, you need an equal.
It's very similar to table tennis.
Yeah, in a
It's
lot
like
of
a
ways.
bigger version.
Yep. Yeah. I play a lot of ping pong, and I played hockey and baseball growing up. So that's all things where you hit an object with another object.
Right.
The first time I played tennis, I was probably like 14,
Yeah.
and I went to hit a ball. I thought it would be somewhat natural.
Yeah.
Weirdest feeling. I was like, oh, that is like really spring loaded.
I tell you something
Yeah.
that's going to make you laugh.
Yeah.
I used to hit a tennis ball off my garage door back to myself.
Obviously. You probably wore knee pads too.
No.
No, I'm not talking about
Oh, I
pads.
took care
Not
of
pads, not
myself.
pads, not pads, not pads. I was thinking like 80s, like stylish, like
Think
knee
about that.
warmers.
Think about that. That's me going to the next level. It's not my game.
When you played tennis
Yeah.
up against your garage door,
Yeah.
how much was it you just like winding yourself real quick and then just sitting on the driveway with a tennis racket in
Dude,
your lap for a while?
As a youth, I would go for days, man. I got yelled at because one day I did it after a rainstorm, so the tennis balls were muddy, and I like painted the garage door like with mud.
I used to shoot my hockey pucks at the garage door, and I got yelled at for that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a house one and let my kids fuck up the garage door.
You're going to be an angry old man. Does your dad have
normal.
lateral quickness?
Mental.
I mean, he would. I think he would tell you no.
He normally plays singles or doubles?
He plays a lot of doubles, but he'll like mess around.
He can't
He'll, like,
play
rally.
singles. Okay.
With singles, but he.
I think we'd have a really good game.
you get smoked.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, he's putting so much English on it.
We'll set it up. No, like I
Do you
would.
guys know what my dad used to do when he played men's tennis?
If I get into ground strokes with BBD's dads, I'm in trouble.
Dude, my dad played men's tennis at the local swimming pool.
Yeah.
It was like a club. Like you had to enter the club. You had to live in the neighborhood and like have a mailbox there. And then there's a waiting list.
Sure.
It was a big fancy schmancy thing in Killdeer, Illinois, Farmington Pool Club or some shit like that. My dad would go
Dad.
play doubles tennis, and he was in the league.
Sure.
And he was in the championship league, and he got in trouble for playing too much vocal defense.
Ah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just screaming, just lobbing it up and yelling at him.
Yeah. Ow. Don't hit it in the net.
Yeah. Watch out for that one.
Yeah.
it's like it's pretty good.
It's tough. It's
Yes.
a gentleman's game.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all, Jake. Then that's why he'd lose.
Orioles
Off the
coming
bat.
up.
Orioles coming up. We did all the awards and everything. The show's been over. We've just been talking about tennis for a little bit.
Who didn't get mentioned? Sometimes we do that at the end.
Higgy.
Higgy caught a great game.
Yep.
Nothing at
Cruise
the dish.
control.
DJ.
DJ.
DJ with the 1 for 12. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Played second all 3 games, so we can't blame it on
I know,
the
and that was
having
the
to
whole
play.
theory. Story
Win
was in
series.
on it.
Hey, wasn't Kyle going to drop some stat on me about how the Yankees are winning a lot of series?
He kind of stumbled into a weird area. I think he was thinking about the 2019 team that for a while they won a ton of series.
Yeah.
And we were really excited about that. And I think he was just like hinting towards that. Like he almost backed into like, if we win all our series, that's good. And I was going to be like, yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Name of the game.
big time.
Especially in the postseason.
And I'm with him.
The last time the Yankees lost a series was April 18th.
That's good.
against the Rays.
And that's what he was alluding to. And all right, we can be greedy Yankee fans for a second. We're playing the Orioles for 3. Baltimore Orioles, which, a series
Not a
you
bunch of
expect to win.
birds. Mm-hmm.
And then Texas, we're playing them for 4, which you could win or split fairly easily.
I think Texas they've been
a solid baseball team.
They've been competing.
They're around 500, but you still expect to split that series, no?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get a cold start in Texas, I think, the first game.
Texas beat Boston in a 4-game set.
It's true. I mean, they haven't been a pushover team this year, but you'd still like to get at least 2.
Yeah, 2. And I'd like to get 2 from Baltimore.
So I think what he was alluding to is that, if we don't lose the next 2 series, by the time we're at the next homestand, the White Sox, we could have a pretty nice streak going of not losing a series.
Yes.
Which is nice. If you do that, you're a good team.
Oh, yeah. You win more than you lose. Damn right. Okay, that's the show. I just finished the first season of The Wire on a rewatch, so if you want to chat about it, I'm available.
Ooh.
And, go Yanks. Tell them, Grams. Tell them again.
Go Yankees.
Zach Plesac had a no-hitter into the 8th.
Lost it.
Hit homer.